welcome to Next Steps in Keeping Your Business Healthy. I'm Dr. Cynthia Kalina-Kaminsky, President of Process and Strategy Solutions. As a business strategist and a supply chain expert, I deal with a lot of risk. What I want you to know is that there are easy ways to handle risk and to implement it and integrate it into your business so that you can be ready for the new normal. Over the course of these next special sessions, we'll be looking at understanding risk, of figuring out the different types of risk, which you're having to deal with a very different type of risk right now with COVID-19 than the normal day-to-day, oh, the shipment is late risk. Not that it isn't severe, but it's different. And we'll be looking at how to integrate all of your risk management from these exercises that we're going to be doing over the next several sessions, as I said, in order to make sure that you're not choosing between doing risk management and running your business, because you'll find that they both work hand in hand together to enable your business to continue running even during times of crisis, if at all possible, of course. And I do promise that there will be special pieces for small businesses on how to easily, without buying a lot of extra software, implement risk management, while at the same time, there'll be fuller understanding where you may choose to buy a new piece of software if you're a mid-sized business. To begin with, let's start with something that everybody's familiar with, and those are processes. Processes are the standardization. They help keep you on time, in budget, and to spec. They're the things that customers rely on. Now, when people start to try to please the customer at all costs, just do whatever it takes, that usually means they're going outside of the established processes, and you can no longer promise with any assurance that the on time, the in budget, and to spec is going to stay. That starts to bring in chaos, and a lot of risk enters into your business. As we start to get those processes back under control to be able to handle the risk so that we can actually get more out the door, this is a way of scaling, of course, having those standardized processes, we then can take on larger projects. So let's say that you're a landscape company and you were doing residential lawn service. Now you're starting to expand into commercial landscape and maintenance services, let's say. And you've got a new project. A brand new apartment complex is going in and you get to do all of the landscaping and all the maintenance is yours. There may be risk that comes forward, such as, what if I place an order for all of the landscaping plants and it doesn't come in? What if it does come in, but everything's wrong? What if I can't find enough people to be able to work this project and I have to give it away? These are risks that we can start to plan for. We can identify early before they happen and start to put things in place so that if something looks like that risk is going to happen, we can start to manage it right away. That's traditional project management. And as you all know, we are not in traditional times. With COVID-19, we're in crisis mode. That is a very special element inside of the risk management category, and it's called critical incident risk management, and a lot of times just emergency risk management. What it means is that all of a sudden we're plunged into something that we couldn't really plan for because we sort of had a hazy understanding that maybe something like this might be out there, but we had no way or no understanding of how to plan for it. In addition, we don't even know what the end state's going to look like, nor can we prepare for it because we don't know what time or how long it's going to take before we exit the crisis mode. On top of it, the only thing that we can say with certainty is the fact that everything's changing constantly. What this means is that your business must be agile. Building in agility falls to the executives. In a recent Harvard Business Review article, they were talking about the healthcare industry and what were the constraints to it moving forward in times of crisis. And what they found was that the number one constraint set was misaligned activity, along with resistance to change, and combined with incompatible IT systems. Now, you know that this is not limited to healthcare. These risks are found in most every business. So, what do we have to do in order to get rid of them? Because in times of crisis, these types of risk get in our way in a more severe manner. It's the leadership team that needs to start molding the culture to be able to handle these pieces. In the culture, we have to start looking at the fact that we're going to be a company that handles change. And hey, bring it on, because we're ready for it. We're not afraid of it, and we're not going to resist it anymore, because we're going to be agile enough to be able to move with it. But in order to be agile enough and in order to be able to move with it, you have to build in awareness. Awareness starts to come when you have inclusion and integration, because no longer are we just going to be looking for data from our traditional sources from our data management team or from some statistical place that we can download numbers and put them into a spreadsheet. Risk evaluation and risk management is about looking at the things off the spreadsheet as well. What is the driver talking about who comes into your shipping dock? What are people talking about in your supply chain when you're trying to bring in parts or you're trying to bring in manuals so that you can go out and conduct training? What are they seeing, and what's starting to be the common conversation? And it's not only limited to the people on your docks or who are talking to your supply chain. It includes people like your administrative personnel or the janitorial personnel, because they can start talking about the supplies that people are starting to hoard because they're afraid of something happening. That something happening may be something that you need to be aware of. Or perhaps your contractors are coming in, and when they're working on the systems that you hired them to work on, and they're chatting back and forth, all of a sudden, once again, there's similar conversation being had. When you actually look at risk holistically at the executive level, you're bringing together all of these insights, and you're figuring out which ones play a part in this bigger picture of risk so that you can be ready for it. And it's those types of pieces of data, how to grab them and where to look, as well as how to be agile once you're in there, that we're building this special session around. As we move through our discussions, you're going to want to remember 3 things. First of all, risk management keeps business moving. It's not about performing the risk evaluations, putting everything into print form and then storing it on your shelf. It's about embedding it into the day-to-day business. And we'll go through how to do that in ways that meet the maturity of wherever your business is, whatever it can handle. Crucial to this is your ability to be agile. As well, in order for any of this to work, the culture must be inclusive and it must enable and accept change. These 3 things are absolutely critical for you to be able to prepare for and survive in whatever your new normal is going to be. If you'd like to talk with us about getting ready for your new normal or handling different risks that you're finding pop up in your business, go to www.aligningstrategy.com and you'll find a link for a free strategy session. Just click on the link and set up the session. The same website is where you'll find all of the recordings as well as the handouts. And if you would like to make a suggestion on a piece of risk that you'd like to have evaluated or talk through, please just send me an email at success@processstrategysolutions.com. And until our next session, have a great day.